How bad do you want to fulfill that purpose that caused you to even say, yes, I'm in to begin with? How bad do you really want it? I think about in my life, all the times that I got in trouble, all the times that I would relapse or end up in jail or have an episode, like a manic crazy episode where I just like wrecked everything in my life. And then it would be enough to go, okay, I'm going to change. I'm going to change. I'm going to fix my life. And like everything would go along and, life would happen and I'm living like, yeah, I got this. And then some obstacle would come in my path, some type of rejection, some type of hurt, some kind of re-triggering of a trauma, or someone would simply say, yeah, you're always going to be a junkie. You're always going to be a loser. You're always going to be a piece of crap. Not exactly the most supportive of things, but in my case at that time, like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I'm always going to be a deadbeat. I'm always going to be a junkie. I'm always going to be a loser. And then I would just go right back into my addiction. So clearly, my decision at that time to turn my life around really wasn't that serious. I look at it now and I see that, you know what? Well, not only was I not really serious, I wasn't committed to doing the work, but also I hadn't really defined a purpose. I didn't even know what my purpose was. I didn't even know why I was really here. I had little hints and things that would come in after a traumatic moment of like, hey, this could be your life. I understand it now that those visions would drop in at those traumatic moments. Those visions were showing me a life. If I chose that life, if I chose to walk away from the life I was living, and I chose this life, the life I was created for, then everything would be much different. But at those times, I didn't know that. I hadn't really fully surrendered to what I was created for. I didn't have a reason big enough to stop using drugs. I didn't have a reason. I didn't have a reason to stop being a cheater and a narcissist and, a junkie and all those other things. I didn't have a reason big enough. But there came a point in my life where there was no more opportunities to run, and that complete surrender and realizing that there was something more for me. And oh, absolutely. If I chose to step into faith and accept that assignment, accept that journey, accept the reason I was created for, all of a sudden I would have a purpose big enough and strong enough that I would have a reason not to use drugs again. I would have a reason to want to improve my life. I would have a reason to want to heal the wounds of my past. Purpose is a freaking powerful thing, man. It's not a buzzword, even though it gets thrown around like sloppy seconds. It is not. It's not a word that is trivial or superficial. It's life-giving. It's life-changing. It's heart-changing. Heck, when we're living in our purpose, it is impossible to be a racist, homophobic douchebag. Because you're not worried about what other people think. You're not worried about what other people do. You're focused on what we are supposed to do. We are focused on what we are supposed to do only. And what we are supposed to do is be in service to others, because ultimately that is the after effect of living in our purpose, is that we serve our fellow man and we use our God-given gifts and talents to improve their life.